I'm Sherry Archibald here at the Paramount Theater and in the boardroom because I'm here to talk about one of our musicals coming up that brings in the holiday spirit for everyone. You're actually very fortunate if you've been watching because this is our second Child of the Promise interview. Sorry to tell you guys, but Rick just had to steal the show and he wanted his own interview. So you are the second interview and I'm so happy to have you all here for Child of the Promise. Jim, I was just going to ask if you'll kind of get us started with an introduction and what all these wonderful people are going to be doing in Child of the Promise.
Absolutely. So we've got Wanda Becton and she plays Elizabeth. And then we have Susan Leigh and she plays Anna. And Clay Rains, and he plays Gabriel.
I know, I love Gabriel singing. It's one of my favorite things. I love the whole musical, but it's just every year seeing the angel in the alcove, it's just really makes Christmas, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about earlier, is that this performance really brings in that holiday spirit. Just to share with our viewers that Child of the Promise is a musical about the birth of Christ, and it's really set from the book of Isaiah, and 10 years. Hard to believe that you guys have been doing this for 10 years. And so I wanted to talk just, Wanda, how long have you been in this role?
This is my fourth year.
Fourth year, and it's very often that many of you, I know Rick when he was here earlier, 7 years, continue over and over. Susan, how many years have you been doing this?
This is my fourth as Anna. I was in the angel choir the year before that.
Okay, and Clay?
This is my fourth as Gabriel, but I've been in the show for 5 years.
What did you do before?
I was one of the prophets.
Okay, very good. Well, it is a wonderful performance, and so I really like to stress to our viewers, especially for a family event, for your Sunday school class, for your youth group, bring the whole family because it's just a great bonding experience. It's a beautiful performance. It's an hour and 15 minutes. It's just wonderful, but there's some exciting things with 10-year anniversary that you guys have to share too. Yes. What's new this year?
We have decided to expand our sets this year.
Wonderful.
So, we're very excited. It's going to be a static set, so not a lot of coming on and going off. A lot more levels, a little bit more detail in the sets.
And are these being built now, or
they are being built now?
Okay.
Bill Royal is the head of our set building team that we have. So we're very excited.
He does a great job. I can't wait to see them. And normally the sets that you have are not moving a lot, right? But they're very minimal because you don't need a whole lot. Your performances are staging the whole show. It's just beautiful. The music is so wonderful. But I'd like to hear just from each of you about what it means to you. It was a pleasure to be able to interview earlier and talk about how moving it is and what it means to each person every time that I interview about this particular musical. But I'd love to hear from each of you about what it means to you.
Well, let's start on this side. I'll end.
Clay,
Right.
We'll start with you.
Well, it's not every day you get to play an angel, especially if you're me. So, but this is one way that really gets me in the holiday spirit. My mom instilled the Christmas story in me growing up, so it's something I look forward to every year. And her favorite biblical character is Gabriel, so it's kind of it kind of pays tribute to her through my performance every time. So that's what makes it really special to me.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, Susan.
I just love, it does get me in the mood for Christmas as well. And seeing everybody, some of these people I've not seen for a year, and to come up, all of us come back together and we have that time together, singing worship songs and just getting ready to put the show out there for the public. That means a lot to me. It's just like we've never really left each other, and we just come back together and we just do it again. And we seem to be stronger as a unit each year.
Oh, I can imagine. And I know that sometimes things change and someone's not able to perform and someone has to step in. But it always amazes me how that person that steps in, it's like they've been there for years and they just fit in and everything just goes off without a hitch. I know it probably doesn't feel that way for the very beginning moment, but you guys, you would never know it when things are rolling. You do an amazing job. How about you, Wanda? What does this mean to you?
Well, we actually had a small group that met last Saturday to kind of just have a time of worship and to pray over the show. And I think for me the biggest difference between doing this show is that it's more of a worship than it is a production. And so I think that whole family feel that we have, and as Susan said, many of us don't see each other for a whole year until this time of the year, and I think that's the biggest thing for me. It's just part of that expanded ministry that we're able to do through the show.
Wonderful. How about you, Jim?
Well, I think the exciting thing for me is, growing up and being in church, that the stories are words on a page. And this gives it a chance to actually come to life and be able to be a representation so that people can see or have a visual representation of what actually went on. And so there's some things that we do, even with the relationships of the characters and how Gabriel relates with each and every character that he comes in contact with, to give more of a personality to the messenger that God sent to tell about his son's birth. And then you see the relationship between Mary and Joseph and Mary and Elizabeth, and it just brings to life these people that you've read about, but it gives that visual aspect to people. And it's allowing us, we're all in theater anyway, but it allows us to use this mode to tell this most important story that we've probably ever told on stage before.
That's wonderful. And when Rick Pridgeon was here, he was preaching. I mean, he, but very much like you all said, it was, what he was saying is that this is the way to be able to bring the story that some people may read, and when you read something, it's not always coming to life to you, but when you're watching it, it really feels, you feel the presence of Christ in that auditorium. Absolutely. Without a doubt, you do. But I'll share with you that, and I would want you all to know, because I hear what you're saying, we feel like they're a family that I haven't seen in a year, and so I'm happy to be able to see them. Well, as someone who's in the audience watching, it's embraced in the audience as well. And so I feel like as I watch, one of my favorite things to do here at the theater is to be in the back and watch an audience watch a show. It's just the best thing ever. And for them to be able to see that and to feel that family feeling that you pass on, I would just congratulate you for that, because I know that you all, while you're preparing by rehearsing music for months in advance, you're singing it, in the shower and in the car and everywhere else, you still are cramming to get it all done at the last minute, because life has got you in all kinds of other directions. But you would never know that from the stage. So you do a great job, and I hope that those that are watching are going to go to our website at goldsboroparamount.com and look for Child of the Promise. Call us. We can process your tickets over the phone, or they can certainly be done over the website too. But you'll be able to get your tickets, come and see a wonderful production, and just really feel the presence of Christ here at this theater, with a great production, a cast of how many are there? 40 plus, I would guess.
Yeah, with the angel choir.
With the angel choir. I mean, it's a huge cast, and that angel choir just really is resounding in the auditorium too. So I would certainly encourage folks to come and see this wonderful performance. So I hope you'll join us here at the Paramount Theater on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That is December the 15th, 16th, and 17th. Friday and Saturday night at 7:30, at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. All of that is listed on our website at goldsboroparamount.com, or you can call us at 919-583-8432. Thanks so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.